Previously on Of Swords and Spurs.
Your hot-headed leader, Eliza, is lying dead next to you, her head blown open by a rifle.
I'm gonna pull out my trusty net.
Oh my God.
Like, come on, get in.
The hell happened to him? Where are his damn clothes?
Didn't we pay you monies to stop asking questions? I got some business to take care of.
We still don't leave him alone, though, but yeah.
We're gonna need to go find lodging.
Ooh, I'm gonna give myself a drink. My good man, whiskey neat.
Let's have ourselves a little bar fight.
This is how you crack a stool over their head.
Look, I love this town.
Are y'all gonna do something about these bodies?
We didn't start it.
Hiding behind a very tall rock is Finn.
There you are, you son of a bitch.
The ground underneath him erupts, from which the blood-curdling screams of the officer can be heard for miles.
Of swords and spurs, where the sand is dry and the sun's a curse. Things are only getting worse in the land of swords and spurs. It's dust fangs and roving gangs. It's dangerous to cut your bangs, 'cause bangs out west mean bullets on the way. Against goblins, curs, and carnivores, these shooters don't use silencers, 'cause graves ain't silent when the monsters play. They tear up the rules they write, they punctuate with dynamite. They're swordy and they're spurry, getting hairy, better hurry in a flurry. Swords and Spurs.
Episode 4, In Over Their Heads. Silas, you're able to find in total 8 gold pieces.
All right, I'm gonna give the bartender 7 of those gold pieces.
He goes, that'll do it. If any of these fellers asks, they were robbed by someone else who left the bar. He pockets the money. What am I pulling up?
Whiskey all around.
Yep.
That hill and nectar.
We'll let you guys do a short rest and go ahead and heal back to your maximum HP.
Yes.
Where is the body bag, by the way, or the net, by the way?
I kept it slung over my shoulder the entire time.
The bartender does look at Mr. Henderson and go, so is he like a bounty y'all are bringing in or something?
Yes.
All right, yeah. Don't know why y'all didn't stop by the sheriff's office first, but, you know, here's what it is.
We got to question him a little bit more.
I see. These are matters above my station. But now you guys are sitting at the bar, sitting around drinking. I'm going to pass the floor to you guys for a little bit.
Where's my rat?
He ran back up to you and is now on your shoulder. He gives like a little content squeak.
Oh, okay. Good boy.
Can I pour him a little bit of whiskey on the bar? Like on a little plate, I put him a little...
Absolutely. You find like a little like tin bowl nearby and you just pour like a little puddle and he just kind of tilts the bowl down and just starts drinking out of the puddle, like lapping it up.
I go, nice job, buddy. Nice job out there.
I think I'm going to signal the barkeep and kind of go, has there been anything around here unusual happening?
Yeah, there was these crazy freaks came in my bar and started throwing folk across.
Right, but before we arrived.
Truth be told, stranger, in these times, what ain't unusual? What kind of strange you looking for?
Have you seen anybody dressed like me in my Dominion outfit?
He kind of looks you up and down and he goes, fella, first of all, I've never seen anybody dressed like you who talks like you. That's for damn sure. I never heard somebody quite with your, vernacular in the Dominion, but that ain't for me to judge none, partner. We get a few y'all blowing through here occasionally, I guess. You know, this being a nice friendly town to everybody who blows through, we can all find nice little equal ground. Folks are a little bit tight-lipped right now, you know, people are still licking their wounds after the war, but I feel like Bonewater Gulch is a good, nice little safe haven. Of course, we've been having a lot more folk than usual come around these parts these days ever since what happened over in Silva.
Ooh, what happened in Silva?
Y'all didn't hear about that, none? He points to us. I assumed y'all was from that way. We've been getting a lot of refugees.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's bad business, son. Not too long ago, mining town, taken over by... He looks around, puts one arm on the bar and goes, the Coyote Crew. And I want everyone to make a history check for me. So everybody except for Sebastian passed. Sebastian, you have a hard time kind of piecing together. You've come across so many gangs out here in the Dustvale frontier that they all kind of start to blend together. You're like, is that the boys with the weird accent? I can't remember. The rest of you, you're familiar with the Coyote Crew. They're one of the more infamous gangs out here in the Dustvale frontier. Y'all are far from the only group of bandits roaming around. There are numerous other ones, and y'all have all had brushings against each other.
Oh, the Coyote crew. Those are tough fellas, but they're not as tough as that Dustfang Gang.
He pauses for a second. He goes, I think you might be confused a little bit, fella. I'm afraid I don't know nobody by that name. He kind of starts like piecing together stuff in his head. And can someone roll a D100 for me?
74.
Dustfang. Is that like them gravel grin groaners, those folk that have like the man who can become anyone and that weird clown fucker and little rat?
Oh, you mean this rat?
No.
Everyone's hands goes over Savannah's mouth. He kind of raises an eyebrow and he goes, no, honey, I don't mean that rat.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about no gravel grin groaners, but I'll tell you this much. Killer Clark and his coyote crew, they's is bad business. Now, of course, the crew, they ain't what scares most folk, you know. They're just a bunch of indisposable little imps. It's Clark you gotta worry about. That man, he is something else. Legend says that once upon a time, he was facing a bunch of men, 1 to 5. They all tried to get a hit in on him, and none of them could do nothing. He just lied there on the floor and laughed.
Is there a bounty out on him?
Why, sure there is, son. But with all due respect, going after the coyote crew is bad business. A lot different than the fellers that you kind of threw across my bar here. Y'all wouldn't be thinking about going after him, would you?
No, of course not. Where might we find him?
Make a deception check for me.
Okay. Nice.
Well, last place he was seen, he walks over to the board put up. There is a collection of different posters put up there, but one kind of domineers over them all that has been placed at the forefront to indicate importance. He unpins it from the board, takes this large piece of parchment down. He hands to you guys, he places it on the bar, the poster. The poster says, Killer Clark and the Coyote Crew. Crimes committed, armed robbery of silver mine, hostage taking of miners and foremen, murder of officials of the Orem Dominion, sabotage of Dominion supply lines, illegal claim of Dominion-controlled territory. Leader is Killer Clark. He's got a very mean mug drawn very crudishly on this poster. Bugbear in nature. He's got a scar across his left eye. He has a wide-brimmed hat, a tattered brown duster. Highly dangerous, expert tactician, ruthless fighter, skilled in ambush and guerrilla tactics. Also says, gang members, estimated 25, primarily goblins with crude firearms and explosives. Last seen, silver mine. Details, currently fortified inside, heavily armed and using hostages as leverage. The gang has rigged several entry points with traps. Reward is 1,000 gold in total, 500 for the capture or death of Killer Clark, 20 gold for each goblin captured or killed, 50 gold bonus for rescuing hostages. Additional notes at the bottom say approach with extreme caution. Dominion officers are not responsible for death or injury sustained while pursuing this bounty. Evidence of capture or death is required for payment. Heads or official Dominion certification. The man slaps it on the bar and he goes, when the Dominion gets involved, that's when real business starts to go down.
Damn right it is, as I tip my bowler hat.
All right, well, if there ain't nothing else I can help you fellers with, I really gotta get a bunch of these boys back home. He steps back from the bar and just starts waking these guys up, just slapping them, telling them to get back home, and starts kind of cleaning up the place.
Should we go find a hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
I do want to take the poster.
Okay.
All right, let's go find a place to stay for the night, and then we can discuss where we're going after this.
The hotel it is.
You step outside and you find a large 2-story building with blue paint as the trim. Pushing the door open, it says on the top, the Gilded Goat Inn. It's a little lobby, a big stuffed... Oh, hold on, let me think of something cool.
Bear.
No, cooler than bears. Fuck it, is a stuffed owl bear. Just kind of frozen in this position like it's about to attack. Sat across from it at a little desk with a little bell at the top of it is human. They are finely dressed with shoulder-length black hair. You walk in and they look to you and say, welcome. What can I help you with?
We'll take 4 rooms and you can charge it to the Dominion.
They raise an eyebrow and they say, of course, Do you have the required paperwork, sir?
They should have filed it with y'all last week. You know the Dominion in their paperwork.
I do, which is how I know that typically their paperwork is supposed to be handed to me by them per official. I also don't know if that protection extends to non-Dominion party. He gestures to the to your company.
My good man, these individuals are undercover and under the protection of the Dominion.
Make a deception check for me.
Oh,
They arch their eyebrow, put one hand on their hip, and they lean forward and say, "Forgive me, friend, but in times like these, I can't afford to be uncertain. If you were to provide some official documentation, we could talk then, but I'll tell you what, for a Dominion official, I will give you a discount."
well, I appreciate your kindness, sir. I'll report to my chain of command of this lost paperwork and remedy it promptly. Thank you.
Ordinarily, it'll be 2 silver per room. For a decorated official as yourself, 1 silver per room for a night. It includes a basic meal. I make some porridge and stew. It'll come with a bed, wash basin, and a lockable door.
That's perfect. Thank you.
So it'll be 2 silver for the rest of you, 1 silver for Silas.
I look at the rest of the group and I go, sorry.
That's doable.
Is there any way that Sebastian could saunter up to the counter a little bit and look at the person in charge up and down with some deep-seated need to be kind of a little bit of an attention whore? And is there any way that I can share a room with someone that may or may not be hopefully off shift in the next couple hours?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Absolutely not.
I will let you roll advantage because I really like how you're approaching this. Yes. Okay. They give you a little smirk. They brush the right side of their hair behind their ear and say, "That depends. Is that a question or a promise?"
Whatever you want it to be, we can make something happen. And Sebastian just looks around and then goes and sits. Like, I'm sure there's like chairs and stuff in the lobby.
Yes.
And he just goes, sits in the chair, crosses his legs, and is gonna wait until that person decides to get off work.
Okay. They
Just to avoid paying 1 silver.
there's a noticeable shift in their demeanor, and they kind of roll their shoulders and say, "Well, for the rest of you, I'll go ahead and accept your payment." You pay it over. Person then leads each of you upstairs, takes you each to your respective room, and unlocks it with a loop of keys. Says it locks from the inside. They put the keys back on their hip and say, "All right, we'll see all of you around dinner time."
Do I have to pay 2 silver for my guy in the net?
I was going to ask about him. It would be, I believe, in everyone's best interest that if you're going to, I don't allow boarding for wanted criminals, just gesturing that your heart beats for a second, but they gesture towards the man in your sack and says, "They can be stored on your horse or they can be delivered to the sheriff's office, but they cannot stay in here."
What about 5 gold?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
He loves money.
The person looks to you and takes the gold and says, "If they ask any questions, I'm not covering for you."
Nobody will ask any questions about him. He's not missed.
They give you like a little squint and they're like, okay, all right. And they head back downstairs.
All right. Well, I'm going to retire to my room.
Yeah, I will also retire to my room.
I also retired.
I will say one thought does cross each of your minds. What are you going to do about your campsite, your home? The Dustfang had a dedicated campsite that you haven't thought about until now. It's going to be a bit of a ride away, but that's where the remainder of your gang savings and loot were stored. Might not be, a ton, but with fewer numbers, it'll take it from a struggling amount of supplies to hopefully plentiful enough for now, at least.
I'm just going to think about that while I fall asleep.
Hey, you think about it right before you pass out. And you're just like, wait.
Yeah, that's what I do in real life, too.
Same.
I'm going to add that to the horrors of the war that I'm haunted by the loss of some of our gang members.
I like that. I like that role playing. Take inspiration for me.
Sebastian is not thinking about it at all.
Okay, fair enough.
This guy's been out cold for a long time.
I know. I was just thinking that. I was like, he's like in a coma.
Open the bag. He's dead. He's been dead for a while.
He starts to stink.
Can I nudge him and see if he's awake?
Make a medicine check for me.
All right.
Did you remember to feed him?
It hadn't been that long.
Oh no.
All right, you nudge him. He's probably just sleeping. He'll be fine.
Does he smell? I mean, we did just knock him out.
Make a perception check for me.
Damn.
It smells like flowers.
This dude fucking reeks.
All right, he's dead. I'm gonna just saw his head off and make sure he's actually dead.
Oh my
God.
Not inside the egg.
Not in the hotel room. Not
We're
in the
leaving here in
room.
the morning.
Yeah, whether it be on your own will or in cuffs.
Is there like a cupboard I can put him in?
Yeah, there's a little cabinet.
All right, I'm just gonna cut his head off and shove him in there.
Stuff him under the bed.
Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to see Savannah lay down in her bed, nice and comfortable. You just snuff out your candle as Jake kind of curls up at your feet like a puppy. Silas, do you stay in disguise overnight, or what do you do?
No, I'm going to change back into my Marlboro Man original form that I normally walk around in, and then I have trouble sleeping at night.
Yeah, you do that, try to go to sleep, but your head is just racing with the screams of your fallen allies and the realization that this might be it. This might be over for the Dustfang. You're going to have to start from scratch now. It's a very unsettling night for you. Mr. Henderson, we see a back shot of you shoving something aggressively into a cupboard. It doesn't fit, so you throw it back onto the floor. You take out a sharp object. We're going to then cut to Sebastian, Sebastian, you hear the bell at the counter ring. The person looks to you and says, "Oh, what do you know? My shift just ended."
He just smiles like very smugly. He had all the time in the world to wait, and honestly was just really happy that he didn't have to pay any money to stay anywhere. The bed that he's staying in is with this person is probably luxurious.
Oh yeah.
He like sits down, he fluffs his pillow, he sits next to him, some things happen, and then he's just enjoying a nice room with a little glass of wine that he's sipping from, reading some random book that was on this table. But internally, though he's very calm and relaxed on the outside as of this moment, he's thinking a little bit about what it would be like for the rest of their gang to take down another. Would it increase their power? Would it make them more desirable to like for hire? Or is it going to get them in a lot more trouble than they think they're able to handle? So he's winding down for the night.
As these thoughts are racing through your head, the person that you're slumbering with for the night you're both sleeping in the same bed together. They've got their back turned towards you, passed out. You're all nice and comfortable in your most comfortable clothes. You've got a little glass of wine you're swirling as you're taking a look at this bounty poster. You take a deep breath and just allow these thoughts to fester in your mind. And then you reach for the one singular candle that's been left out, and we cut to an outside shot of the Gilded Goat Inn, and we see below one singular yellow lit room go black, and we slowly fade out to the sounds of something being sawed.
I have a rapier, so it's not sharp.
Okay, correction. We hear the sounds of something hacking.
Keep your spurs jingling. Of Swords and Spurs will be back before sundown on Alta Loom.
Hello, adventurers. It's me, the narrator, keeper of stories, teller of tales, and occasionally professional snack taste tester. Don't judge me. And you are invited to join my favorite bunch of chaotic heroes in the Untold Archives. They fight monsters, they explore ruins, they are obsessed with cuck chairs? Hey, nobody's perfect. It's live, it's loud, it's full of epic quests, ridiculous decisions, and more plot twists than I have tentacles. And trust me, that's a lot. So grab your dice, grab your snacks, and come hang out with us for The Untold Archives. The laughs are big, the adventures are bigger, and I promise you're gonna have a tentacle-slapping good time. Wink. I'll see you in the archives. Wah, 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 wah.
Hello, I'm Justin Galliani. And for the low price of $0.00, you can take part in an incredible offer being given by So You Want to Be a DM. This podcast has a compilation of incredible episodes that offer insight into all of D&D's many topics, including other TTRPGs. You can find such amazing hits, such as It's Combat with Combat 101, fighting 'cause it's combat. And Druid 101. I'm a druid. Monsters 101.
We got monsters calling.
Non-playable NPCs 101.
NPC.
And if you're looking for more, So You Want to Be a DM also has a Patreon, and you can find even more content there, available for free members and members who are participating in some of the tiers available. So, check that out.
Howdy, gang. It's Andrew, who voices Sebastian Blackwell from Of Swords and Spurs. I know you're patiently waiting for our next episode, and in the meantime, I encourage you to check out Sky Bunny TTV, your favorite warlock main and full-time dice goblin. She's blasting TikTok with hilarious D&D posts, with Nat 1 disasters, Nat 20 glory, and chaos in every role. Follow Sky Bunny TTV because who needs Fireball when you've got Eldritch Blast?
You set sail on an exploratory trade mission from the English colonies in America, bound for China, following a course around Cape Horn, then striking out across the Pacific, island hopping along the way. After months of sailing around the Cape and then west into the Pacific, in a night of particularly bad storms, your ship ran aground on a reef, causing it to break up. You grabbed onto a piece of drifting wood and clung for dear life. Surprisingly, you survived, washing up on the shore of an unknown, uncharted island. You've got nothing but the clothes on your back and your raw wits to survive. Play Stranded and Alone, a play-by-post campaign with Sage Tommy at startplaying.games. If you're a TTRPG creator and you have a business or content you'd like us to help you promote, you can reach out to us at our socials at Altaloom or contact us at our website, www.altaloom.com.
The break's over, cowpokes. Back to Of Swords and Spurs on Altaloom.
We're now going to transition to the next morning. Sebastian and Savannah, what are you guys doing this morning? Mr. Henderson and Silas, I will get to you.
Well, I imagine Sebastian wakes up feeling nice and refreshed, gets up and casually gets dressed and heads downstairs quietly as possible to enjoy a morning coffee or beer, whichever one's available, I guess.
You find where you can make some coffee this morning, taking from some of the stock behind the counter. You don't think that your companion will mind, and you carefully brew it, and it's actually very relaxing to be able to just take a deep breath and rest and enjoy some coffee after so many months or years out on the trail. Savannah.
I imagine that Savannah stretches one good time. She walks on down and she smells the coffee. She walks up. Is there enough for me?
Absolutely. He looks around a little bit because he doesn't really know where everything is. Gonna kind of rummage around and find a cup. It's got a couple of pins in it or quills, and he kind of dumps it out and takes the coffee and pours it in as casually as possible. I think they're out of cream, so hope this is okay.
This is fine. Caffeine is caffeine. However, it must be consumed either way.
Mr. Henderson, you are passed out until you hear a knocking on your door. Housekeeping.
No, thank you.
Oh, no, it's all right, sweetie. It's no extra charge. I just got to change your sheets and replace any of the toiletries you might have used.
I slept on the floor. No need.
Well, I'm afraid it's customary, sir.
I'm afraid I have to
Sir,
deny.
is everything all right in there?
It's wonderful. I am not dressed.
Oh, that's all right, sir. You want me to just come back in about 30 seconds?
How about an hour? Can I slide a silver piece under the door?
Make a persuasion check with advantage if you're sliding the silver piece. She picks up the silver piece and you hear her just go, honey, I don't know what you got going on in there, but I'm not sure I want to know. I'll come back later. Just how much cleaning am I going to have to do? She thinks you've shit yourself.
I can assure you it's very clean in here. I just need some privacy.
All right, sure, honey. I get it. I'll be back later. You hear her then walking back to one of the other rooms and you hear a little housekeeping.
Can I send a message to one of the homies that are here?
Silas, you are knelt down on the top of a hill. You're tired. You wipe the sweat from your forehead. And Eliza Kane looks at you and goes, hey, are you awake or not?
Yeah. What's up?
All right, here they come. She points in the horizon and you can see a stagecoach led by a single horseman and a man in a top hat and a oil slicker holding on to the reins. And she goes, now, if what we heard was true, there's going to be about 500 gold in that back carriage. How you want to do this? You want to run a distraction or you want to go in guns blazing? I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
All right, I think we should do what we always do, and we should run a distraction. I'll zig to the left, draw their attention, and then you go for the gold.
That sounds like a plan to me. She pats you on the back and she goes, and by the way, breathe. Gonna be all right. Picks herself up and she makes some cover for herself as the stagecoach comes within view. What do you do?
All right. I jump out and I start clucking like a chicken, running to the left of the wagon, trying to draw attention, acting like a crazy lunatic.
Make a performance check for me. I'm going to do a DC of 12.
Ooh, 19.
You start doing that. The stagecoach driver sees you off in the distance and slows down. He goes, you all right, son?
I just start clucking at him.
Oh my God! Hey, you stay right there now.
Then I just fall over in the dirt. Quack, cluck.
Quack.
Oh, I mean, cluck, cluck, cluck.
Very confused chicken.
You hear from within the carriage somebody go, so what's the holdup? The man driving goes, y'all hold on a minute. Coach driver puts down the reins. He rears the horses in. He steps off the stagecoach and runs over to you and turns you over. And he starts just checking on you. He puts his hand against your forehead. Sir, can you hear me?
I look at him and I go, cluck.
He goes, poor fella's been out in the sun too long. Here. And he takes you and he lumps you over his shoulder. Mr. and Miss Abington, I'm afraid we're going to have an extra passenger with us on this journey. And I am going to have Eliza make a stealth check. So Eliza makes a 3 on her stealth check. The man holding you goes,
how long are we staying in this hotel?
And then you hear a gun flash and you see Eliza's horrified face. And then you're in your room in the Gilded Goat Inn.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I saw her brains blown out on the train, but...
Yeah, no, her brains are still on your clothes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm looking a little rough, so...
You are paying attention, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Henderson, I think we're just staying one night. And I reach and take a swig from my flask.
No, I mean, in the immediate future. How long are we staying?
I think we're going to gather our things and get out of here.
Good enough for me. I'd like to start pouring oil all in my room.
Oh my God. Okay. So back downstairs while the two of you are sipping coffee together. The coffee's almost gone. The front door to the Gilded Goat opens and in walks a familiar halfling.
Well, what we got here?
Coffee.
Coffee? You better done save some for me now.
Oh, well.
There's a little left, and I'm just going to hand you the coffee tin.
I take the mug and I nod ingratitude. Can I make an investigation check to see if there's any kind of alcohol behind here?
Sure, let's do a DC 18 investigation check.
Damn.
No, you just find a bunch of writing utensils and little bottles of ink.
No, they were quite occupied. I don't think there's anything of interest back here, but you look like you've been through the ringer.
I walk back around and I sit down and I kick my feet up. I flick a piece of Eliza's brain off my shoulder and yeah, I think I'm overdue for a bath. I done heard about the bar fight y'all got into. That's how I was able to find y'all so easy. I ain't gonna be going to that damn desert ain't no time soon, man. Damn Alaskan bullworm or something in there. Like, ate up those Dominion officers.
How did you guess it so perfect?
It's big. It's pink.
Why don't we take Bonewater Gulch and move it somewhere else?
What we got going on here? We moving on somewhere else? Got any leads on some jobs or something like that? I mean,
We do. The immediate, however, is probably upstairs, considering we haven't heard anything from Mr. Henderson.
hold on. I look at Sebastian and I look at Savannah. You mean to tell me you left the murderous psychopathic clown by himself?
He's a grown-up.
We met this dude in and Hanley gutting somebody over a freaking copper.
Yeah, that's why I think he can handle himself.
I'm not worried about him handling himself. I'm worried about him doing, oh, gods. And I flip the coffee cup upside down.
Sebastian is 3/4 of the way up the stairs.
Yeah, I was going to say, right as Finn says, oh, gods, each of you catch on your nose the faintest whiff of oil.
You'd like beating on the door. Mr. Henderson, open the door.
And I'm right behind him at this point.
It's locked. I'm busy.
I Eldritch blast the door open.
Mr. Henderson, the door just disintegrates.
That's probably not good. I am putting my last jar of oil stacked neatly in a pyramid by the cupboard while there's oil on the floor.
Mr. Henderson, what in the tarnation are you doing right now?
Cover our tracks. There is a dead body in the cupboard. We gotta get out of here.
There's a light in the where? Excuse me? You know what? I don't want to know.
Best for you not to, but we gotta burn the place down.
This,
Look, the oil's already on the floor. We're doing this.
I think we should do it.
what?
We're just gonna walk out of here with a bunch of body parts.
What are we going to do with the body parts?
Look, they were already asking questions when he was whole.
Exactly.
Silas, we need some input.
So Silas is hungover and running low on liquor, running on little sleep. So he just shakes his head and just walks away and goes downstairs.
I'm gone for not even 24 hours and this shit happens.
Can we frame it? Let's frame it on somebody. Are there any other guests?
Oh, trust me, there's gonna be no witnesses. I've already figured it out.
It's not that I want to kill witnesses. That's not what I said.
Oh, question, DM.
Okay.
Can we kill Mr. Henderson?
Can I cast augury? What it does is you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
The DM chooses the omen from the omen's table. Omen, the wheel, means good. Woe means bad. A wheel and woe means good and bad. And indifference means neither good nor bad. And it just says specially marked sticks, bones, cards, or other divinatory tokens worth 25 gold or more. Could I just mark some shit with like runes that I would know would work and just take that out of my inventory or something?
Yeah, if you can make a DC 10 Arcana check for me, I'll let you just mark some shit with runes and then that'll count.
I have a +9, so
Perfect.
18.
All right, yeah. Finn, you're familiar with this routine. He's kind of making this ritual, and
Sebastian definitely knows what's happening. Our history together, he's seen me do this numerous times.
Never in this scenario, but definitely.
I'm sure it's probably been in a scenario. We've been together for a while.
No.
you cast this.
No whammies.
Take deep breaths. You feel an otherworldly presence sort of reach into your mind, and you're given the omen of weal and woe.
I'm a flavor like my eyes roll back, like some exorcist shit or something.
Yeah.
And then it ends, and then I look at them. Well, It may work out for us, but it might come back to bite us in the butt. So, it should work, but we should be looking over our shoulders afterwards. So do with that what you will.
How many windows are on the first floor?
Oh God, wow. I prepared so much, and this is the one question I did not have. We're gonna say, let me think. I'm gonna say 6.
Are we on the second floor?
Yeah.
That's not important for now.
Planning an escape route.
So we doing this? I'll pull out my tinderbox.
Sebastian is 3/4 of the way back down the stairs and out the door.
If you're gonna do it quick. We're out of here. And I start behind Sebastian.
All right. I've used a thing of oil on the ground. I got 2 stacked up by the cabinet. I guess I'll go ahead and use the other 2 as I'm kind of like walking down the hallway, nonchalantly pouring it out.
I imagine you whistling a tune while you do this.
Oh yeah. Sure. Silas and Savannah, what are you guys doing?
I've had enough already. I just gulp the rest of the coffee and I just walk outside.
So I'm downstairs enjoying some nice whiskey and my coffee. I'm just out on the front porch of the inn, just kind of watching the town wake up.
Silas, you're standing there, you're watching the townspeople go about their day. You're seeing the bank teller open the bank, the general store unlock its doors. You take a nice deep sip of your coffee. The whiskey burns just a little bit going down and sends that little bit of that warm tingle throughout your whole body. You just take a deep breath. It's nice to be within the walls of civilization, even if there are no walls. Suddenly the door swings open and in marching order comes out Sebastian, Finn, and Savannah.
He's blowing it up. We gotta go.
Do you have whiskey?
I reach into my trench coat pocket and I hand him my flask. I tip my hat at Finn and I go, "It's good to see you, partner."
Good to see you, partner.
God damn it, Mr. Henderson. And I walk out with the rest of the party.
Mr. Henderson, it's all on you.
I'm kind of walking down the stairs, pouring oil nonchalantly.
Where was all this oil?
I had 6 jars of oil. I'll smash my last one on the ground and light it on fire and walk out the door.
As you walk out the door, you can just hear the door to the room that Sebastian and the innkeeper went into last night. The door handle jiggles and then the flames burst. You're out the door. Each of you watch Mr. Henderson casually walk out. Behind him, a golden amber blaze, and you hear, "Oh my God, there's a fire!"
I'd like to use Performance of Creation, since I don't really ever get that many opportunities to use it, to put a big iron bar across the front door.
Damn.
So you, Mr. Henderson, I will let you do that, but I want you to do me a favor. I want you to describe to me what instrument you play to make it appear.
I want to play my guitar, and I want to play Hurt by Johnny Cash.
I love that song. I know that on guitar myself.
So
Or no. Ring of Fire.
I knew you were going to play Ring of Fire. I knew it. I was listening to the Joaquin Phoenix version today, and I was like, this is going to come into play somehow. And I knew it.
Chef's kiss.
The interior disappears in a haze of smoke and glowing red. You hear people inside frantically running about. What do you guys do next?
Well, I guess we can go to the town of Silver and figure out who this Killer Clark, because we're not going to get, well, we can get a worse of a reputation, but we don't want to overstay our welcome. I fear we will be hunted down at this point.
How would they know?
That'll take a piece off the table, if you catch my drift, less competition, and might help our reputations a little bit. I mean, push come to shove, we're still taking a rival off the table, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going to have to draw straws to see what we do, because we owe it to our gang members to see if anybody made it out alive. That's where I'm thinking we should head.
So are we split on this, Savannah? What you think?
I think that we should go after the crew and then head back to camp.
Crew and camp.
Mr. Boone, think that's a 4-1?
I'm not happy with this choice, but as long as we end up heading back to our hideout, we'll make it work.
We'll head back there right after we take out Killer Clark.
I would like for everybody who doesn't already have it to go ahead and take inspiration for me, because this is some incredible roleplay, you guys. I'm very proud of all of you. So, you guys mount up on your horses and wolf. We see an establishing shot of the town rushing as the inn catches fire. People are rushing civilians out of the building who are charred and choking on ash as the 5 of you mount up and ride out of town into the sunset. And we do a little montage of sand dunes and rocky hills, barren landscapes as you're riding, following the only map that you have to the town of Silver.
Of Swords and Spurs, game mastered by JT Fondren, featuring Alex Arndt as Mr. Henderson, Andrew Bloodworth as Sebastian Blackwell, Joshua Nix as Finran Shortfoot, Will Russell as Silas Rattlespur, Zara Morte as Savannah Black. Theme song composed by Ben Swiven, cover art by Devi Simeon, logo by Kakari Chi. Special thanks to Lady Tiefling, D10 Dimensions, and Galliant Knight Games for their loot tables. Music and sounds used under proper license. Be sure to find us on social media at AltoLoom and leave us a review.
Altaloon, adventures too big for the table.